What up, YouTube? Elleix coming back at you with another StarCraft 2 cast. On the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have our blue Terran player, Miro, and on the top left-hand side of the map, we have our red Zerg player, TonyPOPONY. I love that name. This is going to be a Diamond versus Platinum level game. So, Miro is our Diamond level Terran player, and TonyPOPONY is our Platinum level Zerg player. So, should be an interesting one today. If you are new to my channel, I do cast games from a wide range of leagues, going all the way down from Bronze and up to Masters. So, if casual games are something you're interested in watching, please consider shooting me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, back to the show. We do have what is going to be a supply depot in the wall-off location for the Terran player, followed by a command center. So, this is a really early command center coming out for our Terran player. He's going for a bit of a greedy play, I think, and sending out an early scout. We'll see that this is going to be a hatchery first for our red Zerg player, so this may be a macro game. This doesn't rule out any two-base all-ins, but we're not going to see any weird early Zergling plays coming out for our Zerg player, and Miro is going for the CC first, and then following that up with the barracks. So I'm sensing a macro game, ladies and gentlemen. This should be fun. Most of the games I've been casting lately have been kind of cheesy, so this is a nice change of pace. Miro saw what he needed to see, sending this SCV back home to safety. The old school retro late 90s SCV. I love it. TonyPOPONY sending over the Overlord Scout to the natural base. Won't quite see the expansion just yet, but the CC is just about done, and I expect it will land here shortly. And we see what is going to be a third command center. Miro going for the majorly greedy play, I feel like. Granted, TvZ is not a matchup I am used to playing, but I expect this is going to be for mules. He's probably going to keep this CC at home, throw down mules, and then land it in the third base location when he feels comfortable. But, man, this is a very greedy play, I feel like, coming out from our blue Terran player, and I'm kind of on board with it. I like this. TonyPOPONY not paying any mind at all, just cruising, playing his macro game, throwing down a third hatchery in kind of the offshoot location. Normally, I see the third hatchery or any third base in this location right here is just a little bit easier to defend. It's faster to get to, in my opinion, especially where drops are concerned, going up against Terran. But this isn't necessarily a hard position to defend. It's just I don't know. I feel like keeping your bases close together is prime, but at the same time, this also does prevent Terran from playing a yo-yo with the two bases, because there's no base right here in this third location. So it would be a little bit harder for him to drop from here into the main base and vice versa. So not necessarily a bad choice going for this third base location right here. Now, taking a look at the Terran side of things, going for the factory, has a couple Marines on the way. I expect there is. Yes, there is. There is a bunker in the natural base location as well. So Miro going for a bit of a turtle right here. I also expect to see tanks coming out of this factory. We do see the reactor on this factory though. So maybe we won't see tanks coming out of that factory. I'm not actually sure. And man, I hope you guys have been having a good weekend, because the only thing I did this weekend was go grocery shopping and play StarCraft 2. So it's been a StarCraft-packed weekend. I had no responsibilities other than keeping myself alive with food. So it's been a chill weekend, my guys. It's been a lot of fun. And man, I'm really curious to see what Miro is planning on doing. We see what is actually going to be two Widow Mines coming out of this factory. I wonder if these are going to be used defensively or offensively. Both players going for some chill macro right now, man. We're just vibing. It's just been chill. These players are like, hey, look, we're just going to play some StarCraft. Nobody's going to cheese nobody, right? We're just going to play some macro, hang out for a bit, set ourselves up, and have a good time. We're not going to make anybody angry with cheese. And actually, I did try to cast this game earlier, and at about 2 minutes in, somebody I played with called me stupid. I almost wish I kept it, but I stopped recording and put him on ignore. And he spelled stupid like this. He spelled it like this. Stupid. I told him he spelled it wrong, and then I blocked him. But you know, I only blocked him because I had to cast this game, man. But it was kind of funny. Maybe I'll put this maybe I'll put what he said at the end of the video, because I do have it recorded, so I might put it there just so you guys saw what this guy said to me. And we do have what is going to be the Widow Mine in what is now going to be the 4th base location for the Zerg player. So this is going to delay the 4th base for just a little bit unless Zerg decides to expand right here on the far right-hand side of the map. And I almost feel like, based on the trajectory of all this creep, I almost feel like that's what he's going to do. I feel like Zerg's actually going to possibly expand right here on the far right-hand side of the map. And we see what is going to be a drop. And now at what I want to say is going to be the 6.5 minute mark, we have what is going to be our first engagement of this game. Miro dropping his Marines on the creep and running them into the 3rd base location. And this is actually going to catch... I was going to say this is going to catch TonyPOPONY a little bit off guard. We see some pretty decent stutter stepping by Miro, but this is a lot of Zerglings getting the surround, lifting what remains of those Marines and running away. Taking a look at the resources lost, almost identical. Red coming out just behind by 50 minerals, so that was a really clean engagement by both players, to be honest. I would have liked to see Miro maybe go for a bit of an earlier pickup, but maybe he thought he was going to be able to take out all those Zerglings. And we still have... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, my God. I'm so glad I caught that. Boom. 2 of those drones going down. TonyPOPONY immediately realizing what's happening, but also proving me wrong, trying to go for this 4th base location rather than the far right-hand side. So I thought he was going to go for this. I was really confident he was going to go for that. And now we have 3 bases down for our blue Terran player. Taking a look at the units right here, we have 63 workers, 63 drones to 56 SCVs. So a bit of a lead for our red Zerg player, but not by too much. Taking a look at the workers killed right here, 2 workers killed by that Widow Mine, and that's it this game. So no workers killed just yet. Outside of that, taking a look at the upgrades, Terran is on 1-1, and we do have 1 attack for the Zerg player. So, or on the way, not quite done. What is actually finished? Sorry about that. We have speed, combat shield, stim. So, man, upgrades just now coming out for both players. 1-1 just now finishing for our blue Terran player, and we have what is going to be a few Marines running by, but we have what is going to be a big engagement. Oh man, we have tanks. We have the tank in a decent spot, able to take out a lot of those Zerglings, but taking a look at the workers killed right here, just like just like that, excuse me, 10 workers killed by the Zerg player. And here we go, we have another big engagement right here on the Zerg side of things. Miro picking up his Marines and dropping them in the main base will possibly be able to take out a lot of tech right here. We have what is going to be a Hydralisk Den, we have a Lurker Den, and we have a Spire. These are all very important buildings for our Zerg player to keep, but Zerg is just so fast. Zerglings, they don't fly, but they may as well fly because they are that fast, man. And taking a look at the army supply, 77 army supply to 75, slight favor for our Zerg player. Miro doing a decent job at keeping his units alive, but unfortunately losing a full medevac right there. Just was not able to run away in time, and now we have what is going to be a few Marines right here, just in the corner, taking out a few Zerglings, but not able to save them. I think Miro must have been paying attention to something else during that engagement. Maybe he was focusing on macro and did not quite get the pickup on that medevac. Man. And now I want to say we're looking at what is going to be a slight lead for our Zerg player. We do have literally equal supply right now. It's 134 supply to 134. It was 134 to 134. So these players are very evenly matched, and army supply is also near identical, but we have what is quite a bit of money floating for the Zerg player. So it's possible Zerg's not as far ahead as I think he is. We just have a decent army right here, but this is a really poor engagement for the Zerg so far. We have the tanks backing up this position in this choke point, and TonyPOPONY trying to get some banelings right here, morphing them in just in this little narrow hallway area in the range of those siege tanks. So man, not a very good engagement by the Zerg. Taking a look at the resources lost, now he has a 2,000 resources lost deficit. It is 5,000 resources lost to 3,000 in favor of our blue Terran player. So man, taking a look at our upgrades right here, we have +1/+1 for both players. Things are slowing down, but we see what is going to be a Widowmine drop. Oh man, this is going to be a huge hit potentially. Big hits right there. It didn't even look that big because we had so much Zerg units trying to stop that, and we have another Widowmine drop. Able to take out a decent amount of Zerglings, but TonyPOPONY reacting very well to that, able to save most of his drones right there. Taking a look at the workers killed, 8 workers killed to 10. Slight favor for the Zerg player. So even though we had some pretty decent Widowmine drops, they actually did not do the damage I thought they were going to do. So man, and we have what is going to be our planetary fortress. This looks like something straight out of a comic book. This actually looks sick. Oh man, so cool. I love the art style of the Terran units, man. They look so cool. They're just textbook awesome. Even though this is StarCraft 2, I still get nostalgia looking at this. To be fair though, StarCraft is like what, 10 years old, 11 years old? Man, is it older than that? I don't know actually. Man, I'm gonna have a crisis if I keep thinking about that though. So we're not gonna talk about how old I am and how old StarCraft is. We're just watching this game and having a good time. Decent positioning on the tanks, but TonyPOPONY going for the flank will be able to take out, I think, all the tanks for our blue Terran player. And now we have Miro on his heels running away. We have a single infestor right here. I wonder if that was accidentally morphed in because it just looks so out of place. Oh my god, I feel like that's actually relatively common. We do have the planetary though, will be able to do a lot of damage if TonyPOPONY overextends himself right here. We have what is going to be some tanks trying to hold the position, but no, the planetary fortress actually goes down. So good pickup right there by TonyPOPONY, able to take out that planetary. I didn't think he was going to be able to take it out, but he actually did. Hydralisks running around. We still don't see lurkers, but TonyPOPONY has the option if he decides to go for it, because we have the lurker den right here. We also have 2 spires. I wonder if this is going to be for air upgrades in case he wants to go for broodlords in the major late game, but at this point really doesn't have... Wait. Okay, I said that he didn't have a reason to go for broodlords. Not that broodlords are ever really a bad choice, especially because we don't have Vikings on the map, but man, as I was saying that, going for the greater spire, so we may actually see some broodlords. We see what is also going to be a run by in the 4th base for the Terran player, running into the 4th base of the Zerg player. Great pickup right there by Miro as well, dropping his Marines in the main base. Will potentially be able to take out some tech, and we see what is also going to be a big engagement on the right-hand side of the map. And this is huge. This might actually be a game-changing engagement right here. The Greater Spire is not yet done, and 3rd base is going to finally go down, potentially, for the Zerg player. We have the tanks keeping support on the Bio Army right here, and then Fester actually getting a good... what do they call that? Not corrupt. Oh my god, my brain's blanking, but The fungal getting a good fungal on the Terran army and actually taking out quite a lot of Miro's units, but Miro still has some units, and TonyPOPONY actually leaving the game with no GG. I think, honestly, I think TonyPOPONY could have stayed. We have, well, to be fair, we have double army supply for the blue Terran player, Miro. So, Miro, never mind. I think you had this game in the bag. I think TonyPOPONY left at the right time. Very cool game. Diamond versus Platinum level matchup. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one. We're not going to see any weird Zerglings. Oh my god.